the InfoWar. It's all there. Fundraiser shirts, it costs a little bit more, so we actually get some funds in because they're high quality. The markup's not very high. It's all there. TheAlexJonesStore.com. We've got our Holy Wars Crusader line, all very, very politically incorrect. All the America First stuff. It's all there. The widest selection. TheAlexJonesStore.com. There's 30 days that started a few days ago of Black Friday and Cyber Monday mega sales. 25% off site-wide on all top products, everything, including on top of the sales that are already there. All supplies last, could end at any moment for specific items that sell out. Here's what's on sale now. Ultra Methylene Red about to sell out. All supplements, the Ultra Methylene Blue, the Shillogy, the Irish Sea Moss, the Ultimate Life Force Spike Protein Detox, all shirts, hats, hoodies, plus 50% off any supplement when you sign up for auto ship. You cancel anytime. Never run out. Hold it back for 50% off in the future, even when it sells out for everybody else. Cancel anytime. Alex Jones signature blades are in now. Knives I went out and found and thought were the best and got at low prices. They'll sell out fast. Choose from a collection of incredible blades. All supplies last. VIP membership. Anybody buying anything should be a VIP member. Just at checkout, pay $30 and get $40 instantly spent in the store. Special deals, special offers, special sales. Get 40% credit in the store each month instantly. Number one way to support our broadcast. 80% reorder on our supplements. Nobody else has that. That's how good they work. We support you and fight for freedom together. You support us together. We are changing the world. Stock up now, thealexjonesstore.com. Thank you. We can't do without you. You are the tip of the spear, and I salute you all.
Hey, Chase, good to talk to you again. I wanted to do a quick plug on the methylene blue, on the long-term effect that it had on me. Back in 2020, I got COVID. My brother and my dad both have eczema. After I got COVID, it must have, it opened that dormant cell in my body or whatever. So I've been dealing with eczema ever since 2020. And the long-term effect, the methylene blue, 99% gone.
That's absolutely incredible. I'm so happy. Have your relatives tried it too to see the same effect?
I have been trying to get my brother to take it, and he's skeptical. But I'll tell you what, I got 4 bottles sitting on my table. I think I'm just going to give him one. And I think if I just give it to him, I think he'll eventually try it.
Yeah, that's a good move.
There was a fair amount of news out there.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of a new world order, it's Alex Jones. Waging war on corruption. It's Alex Jones, coming to you live from the front lines of the InfoWar.
We're having victory after victory in battle after battle. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals yesterday upheld a Texas state law saying it's illegal to take children to sexually explicit shows. Just like it's illegal to take your 5-year-old to a tit bar.
And do those.
You also deserve to have your ass beat.
Little by little, it happens so quickly.
It's illegal to take children to these things, whether it's in a library or a school. Well, now, the U.S. Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals rules schools cannot force students to use preferred pronouns.
Little things started happening.
That just broke.
It wasn't until a little bit later to
all part of their devil cult.
That the bigger symptoms went away.
But Trump just finished up his press conference with Viktor Orban.
Joint pain that I was
and he
with.
Said, here's another reason to get rid of the filibuster. Here's the reason to break the glass in the fire and get the fire axe to get us out of here.
Opening the refrigerator with a towel.
Here's some of the victories that can be achieved. Republicans terminate the filibuster. Voter ID, which is the key to stopping the fraud you just saw the election Tuesday. Total proof everywhere of fraud. No mail-in voting, ending no cash bail, no welfare for illegals. But a lot more than that. Now is the time to break the glass. If they ever get back in, we're screwed. The Democratic Party has to be abolished by their own actions. The Republican Party will just listen too. We started having a discussion about that. We can have the America First versus the more libertarian, open border, internationalists, whatever. And that's okay. We can fight with each other. That's why the Civil War is already there, because the power's all there. That's coming up. I want to go to your phone calls on their attempts to crash the stock market. Will it be successful? And Trump just made statements booing the market that are accurate, but will it be enough? He has stood in the way of all their hype, trying to crash the market the last 10 months of his administration. I'm just seeing massive, intense push with the shutdown. Could be successful. And I just want them to get the blame. Who did it? Just like the shutdown if it happens. I'm not hyped up how close we've been quite a few times because I didn't want to add to it, but it was so bad I have to just go ahead and say it. It's a gut level thing, which is the spirit. I have all this intellectual understanding. I constantly study, but then it's that final, is this, and it's like, yeah, they're about to crash the whole thing. And I don't want to be proven right next week. I want people to, like Trump, he moves the needle back. He gets up and says, the Supreme Court gets rid of my tariffs, it will destroy the economy. It will be devastating. He said that at like 1 o'clock. What did I say at 11 a.m.? I said, Supreme Court set to overturn. They signal they're going to overturn. It will devastate the U.S. economy. Trump used the exact same word because it's not hype. We're talking devastation. He doesn't overhype stuff, neither do I. If I say devastate, folks, I mean devastate. And I'm not patronizing you. I know a lot of you are super smart and smarter than me. I'm just saying, like, how do those of us that realize how much danger everybody's in, how do we telegraph to the people, the purple, pink-haired lunatics that are on a bunch of drugs and don't have jobs and just sit around all day and, you know, wear their pentagram necklaces? How do we explain to them, why would you bet against a recovery? Why would you bet against optimism and positivity?
No, that's not what I wanted. Damn it. So,
and you idiot white pillars that say this is all a big show and we're invincible, man, I want to hang you up by your feet. While we sit here, you know, with the lawsuits, the murder attempts, the attacks, everything, crawl inch by inch, battling for every inch we get. You sit back and just go, oh, it's a master plan, everything's fine. And then you black pill people, oh, it's losing its power. That's what's happening. That's why they're trying to crash the economy. Because we're winning. But we ain't won yet. And so I need you to win. I need you to speak up. I need you to pray, you to be involved, you to be engaged, you to be optimistic about the good we're doing together and critique all of us. I tell the crew, critique me. I tell them that they're the best crew ever. Well, some of them are there 20 years, but a lot of this old crew, but the best crew ever.
What the?
Because they got thick skin. They understand. I'm not perfect. I get upset. Whatever. I tell them, I don't get mad at them when they get upset at me. As long as I deserve it. Point is, steel sharpens steel. I want to be critiqued.
So can you guys hear me? Lady Ann, can
so when
you
I tell
help me
people
out?
something they can do better, doesn't mean they've done a bad job. It means here's how we do it better.
Microphone
in my view,
over
can
Alex?
You show me how to do better? A lot of times they do. That's adult. That's what made the world
I
go round.
Tested this, but they changed.
Not everybody gets a participation trophy.
Again,
I was terrible as a little kid at soccer.
Things behind the scenes. It used to be
good at track and good enough to get hurt in football. I was like, why am I a sophomore being put in training at the varsity team to be run over? I was a sophomore. I said, I quit. I was like, you put me on varsity at the end of the football season in a 4A school with a bunch of black dudes running over me? I was like, I like football and stuff, but I'm done. I'm outclassed here. But the point was, is that I remember in soccer at the pizza place after the end of the season, here's your participation trophy. And even as like a 6-year-old kid, 7, I was like, I'm the worst player on the team. I remember like getting home and throwing it in the trash. Because as a 6-year-old or 7-year-old, I knew. Now, when I won in Dallas, I quit when I was 13. I should never stop. When I won citywide and then went to state stuff and like placed 3rd place in state freestyle races, man, I've still got those trophies somewhere. And man, when I got those trophies, when I got those ribbons, they meant something to me. Because I mean, I was up against thousands of people and I was winning. I did that. That was mine. But those participation trophies had less value than toilet paper. Sorry, let's Go to Trump in your calls. Here's Trump on why we need a filibuster. I can come up with a better list of this. Maybe listeners can comment on it. I bet we can. In fact, let's do an article. Let's ask listeners what else could we do to get rid of the filibuster. The time for games is over. Here's Trump.
You know the Democrats are going to do that, and most of you will admit the Democrats are going to do that, so why aren't we doing it? And I think only a foolish person would be against that, especially when you realize that these are crazed people. These people are absolutely crazed, Trump derangement syndrome, whatever it may be. And I am...
What the fuck?
Control or power. Republicans have what the Democrats want. We should do it now and have the greatest 3 years in history. Yeah, this is the time to break the glass. Now, start over with Ben, and then I'll go to your calls. I promise I love you. And then Adams is coming up with calls in the fourth hour, too. This is important. Play clip 19. I started it, but didn't play the whole thing. It's only 3 minutes long. But again, it shouldn't just be me and Bannon running around like chickens with our heads cut off. All right. This is real analysis. There's no debating this. Your whole life, everything.
So can anyone
In a
in the
complex
chat
civilization like
actually
this, if things
hear
collapse,
me
folks,
speaking over Alex?
you have two choices: loot
Anyone
and kill
in
and
the
steal,
chat
or
actually
commit
hear me
suicide.
speaking?
The way things are set up, this won't be
They
your
changed everything
great-grandparents'
behind
Great
the
Depression.
scenes again.
This will be zombie world apocalypse. Here's the clip.
John Brennan is one of the key figures in what really is a massive and sprawling
All right, thank you,
investigation
Lady.
as
I
envisioned
appreciate that.
down in South
Now,
Florida. And the
all I
reason
need
it's
to
down
do
there, and that's new, that's we're reporting
figure
today,
out how
that
to
the U.S. Attorney in
start
South
this
Florida
Hey,
is
pause
leading
real
this
quick. I said
investigation.
this earlier, but I'm
pause
saying it
and
with this clip.
play.
He's like, how ridiculous on MSNBC.
Ugh,
They
it's
claim
so
it was the
annoying when
same
they change
investigation 2017 and 2020 and 2022. It's all in the documents. It was all run by Obama and Brennan and the Democrats. It's all released. I'm in all of them. So I'm taking particular notice. They say
So I guess
target
I'm
my
not
crew
allowed to
for investigation. Oh, we can't
pause
get
and
Jones,
start?
target his crew. Again, look at this little snot nose with
Stop,
almost no
start.
viewers.
What the fuck?
Bannon responds. Here it is.
Mar-a-Lago search was. And so what they're trying to do here is knit together what they see as an ongoing conspiracy to violate Donald Trump's civil rights that began with the Russia investigation and continued on from Obama administration to Biden administration, and then somehow includes the Jack Smith investigations. It's this unified field theory of persecuting Donald Trump. And John Brennan, of course, was a central figure in the preparation of that 2017 assessment into Russian election interference. And of course, the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane investigation figures into that. How this all shakes out, Katie, is anyone's guess because, we've not seen any evidence connecting any of these things, let alone any wrongdoing. And in point of fact, as you well know, John Durham, the special counsel appointed in the Trump administration, looked exhaustively, particularly at the Russian interference assessment and at the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane investigation and found no criminal wrongdoing by John Brennan or any other major figure. But here the Justice Department is trying to take another crack at this as we
I think what Ken has just postulated is maybe the most reasonable theory I have heard about how the Justice Department could prosecute this. And what I mean by reasonable is that by all accounts, John Brennan left government more than 8-9 years ago. most of the
All right,
crimes
everyone.
with which one could
So I'm
conceivably
live.
think
I mean,
of
I'm
John
just
Brennan
talking to
even
Lady
being
Yan right
remotely
now,
charged with
but
would be
I'm not
time
allowed
barred.
to
The
pause
only way that the
a
Department
live
of
stream,
Justice could
which is what this
potentially
is.
get around that is to
So
charge this
excuse me talking
overarching
over Alex.
conspiracy
I'm going to
where
shut
the
up. I'm
last
going to watch it with
thing
you
done
guys.
in furtherance of that conspiracy
Man,
Not allowed to
happened
pause
this
in
is
it.
incredible
relatively
spin
recent
BS.
memory.
This video,
Otherwise,
my video
Yeah,
is
we didn't
live on
persecute
Alex's
anybody.
level. I'm not allowed to pause on screen here.
lady.
I
Just watch
learned
War
that
Room. We explained that
right now.
9
Which is
months
fine.
ago. You're just
As long
getting
as I know the
MSNBC's audience going to understand they ain't been paying attention. Better start paying attention. People at MSNBC are going to be indicted. No doubt. Going to be indicted. Part of the conspiracy. And yes, John Brennan is part of the brains of the operation. This is how you go after the deep state.
Yeah,
Not
Lady
to
Ann, I'm just
structurally
not-
take it apart,
I looked it up,
but
I
to make sure
Googled
you
it,
put in
and,
high relief those that
I'm
have
cool
been
with that
running
as
these
long as I know what's
operations
going. I don't mind
against
if
President
things
Trump
don't
and
go
the
my
MAGA
way
movement
as
and
long
the
as I know
country.
what's going on.
And the country.
And this is one of
Been
those
at this
situations.
too powerful for too long.
And Alex Jones is
They're
way
about
more
to get their
important than I am.
comeuppance.
That I can tell you right now.
They're going to be hiring attorneys, and they're going to be spending millions of dollars, and all of their life is going to be focused on this. Keep themselves out of prison. Bolton's going to prison. Comey's going to prison. Brennan's going to prison. Weissman's going to prison. McCabe's going to prison. I could go down the drum list. I got my cheat sheet.
Stop right there. I'm going to go up and finish and go to your calls, but here's the deal. Bannon said it's the last gasp of them when they indicted him 3 years ago. Seems like a million years ago. Everything he said is coming true because we're rallying it. We're doing it. We're pushing it through the DOJ. Think the investigations of what happened to me are over? No, it was just a little test. We'll stop right there.
It's
So the
annoying.
point is,
Whatever.
you guys in the enemy camp, you're in a death battle. And you're dealing with American people that are awake now. So good luck. And you go ahead and crash the economy. You go ahead. It's going to be hung around your neck like an albatross. Go back to Bannon and then your calls.
Sorry, guys. Trump came back. You never thought that would happen. You tried everything. Bankrupt him. Put him in, all these false charges, all these false felonies to put him in prison, I don't know, for 300 years. And then finally to try to assassinate him, to attempt to assassinate him. None of it worked.
Yep. CJ, thanks for holding from Ohio. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Alex, you guys do some great work. You and Elliot, though, are masters of selling fear. And so let's do some critiquing here, steel on steel. So all major markets, stocks, bonds, currency, commodities, are very much about capital flows. Do you know the composition of who owns the stock market?
All right. I'm not going to. Wait, you asked a question that started talking. No, sorry, go ahead.
Just say it.
All right. The top 1% owns 50%, right?
Yeah.
The bottom 50% owns 1%. Okay. That top 1%, or the top 1%, the top 1%
Oh, JB, you
who
can
own
say that.
50%,
Yeah.
that's the globalists, right? The bottom 50% who own 1%, they could basically care less if the market goes down. Now, the top 10% own 90%, right? They can withstand a hit for a while. So here's the key. Here's the real big deal is that the bond market is 25 to 50% bigger than the stock market. The currency market's 25 times the size of the stock market, okay? So a stock market crash would create a flight to quality into the dollar and into bonds. We need more than anything a flight to quality into bonds, because if we let our interest rates rise, and this is what Trump's been working toward, right? Moran, Bessent.
So why is Trump trying to prop up? Hold on a second. Cut to your point. Why is Trump trying to prop up the stock market if it doesn't matter?
Well, here's the thing, right? Is that here's the deal. Like if we let our interest rates get out of control, this country's done. So they might just take the stock market down, and who will it hit? It'll hit the top 1% the most. Okay, to do what?
But you're not answering. You're not. The entire globalist media wants to crash the stock market. So what is the point of that?
Well, here's the point. This is so important. All right, this is so important, right? If we let our bond market, right, if we let our rates rise, this country is done. Right? And not only that, it'll create a sovereign debt crisis around the world. If we actually drive,
I don't know why you brought up Kirk Elliott, who's got the top-rated gold and silver company. Was that bad to plug gold the last 2 years? Was that a bad move?
Alex.
Well, here's the reason why. Because at 4,400, you guys were pumping 1,200 in silver. I actually shorted the heck out of the market. Right? Thank you for helping me pick top. And the point is now everybody's got to recover 25%, 800 basis points for Kirk Elliott, his fees, and then another 10, 12% that the stock market, that the gold market just
So
dropped.
you're saying gold and silver up year to date massively is a bad deal. Look, man, enjoy yourself. Silver and gold's only going to go up. You take some dips in the market, whatever. It's just a little weird.
I love Alex Jones.
Pissing contest, little snipey weirdness. Okay, I pitch what I think is the best move. I'm almost never wrong. Whatever. Just bizarre behavior. We pitch things that we believe are the best thing out there, and the number one performing asset is silver and gold the last 2 years. Period. So there you go. Good luck up against that record. Tyler in Wisconsin on the economy. Go ahead. Welcome.
Yeah, I think many people on both sides of the political spectrum and Fuentes and other influencers and other people are complaining and bitching a lot by Trump. I mean, he's doing an amazing job delivering promises on immigration. We have like these squads of guys coming out of helicopters and going around rounding up everybody.
And let's be clear, they dismantled the enforcement. Now, Fuentes has finally admitted that he was basically wrong on that, which is good of him. Here's the deal: Biden killed enforcement, overhead shot. Trump has been in 10 months, and enforcement's literally going that way. So you don't bitch about that. Like he's in the. I mean, I got to say, other than Kennedy with the health stuff, ICE is the MVP. They are Michael Jordan, man. God, 3 or 4 of them go out to hordes of 100 people attacking them and arresting hardened criminals. These are badasses.
And then he's doing stellar job on the tariffs. No wars. There's no major wars. I don't count Venezuela or the strike in Iran. He has tamed the Israeli lion, the Russian bear, and the Chinese dragon. With Fuentes, I think a lot of his problem is that he's sex starved. You should find him a girlfriend. He just needs to get laid. And, President Trump is ahead like he has a time machine, including in the economy. He's such a good businessman. So I think
I don't mean to be mean to Nick, because I think Nick's really smart. And I think overall it's a healthy thing not to be politically correct. So I like Nick. But I've told Nick, don't be scared of the pussy. So, it's what you need to go to the next level. It's just part of being a man. And dealing with women, all of it is a hassle, but it's a good hassle. It's to be a man. You gotta get a woman. You gotta have a family. You gotta have kids. It's just what you're supposed to do. It's just part of the deal.
The poison, and a lot of them are acting like ungrateful children. They haven't even said thank you for anything. He has the media bald. We've come so far. Like they're talking about chemtrails and vaccines and autism and stuff that was never talked about before.
No, I agree. So we have moved the needle massively. Praise God.
And I think this is all about him being, I've mentioned before, he's the blood moon eclipse president, chaos and order. Every time there's a full moon or a new moon, some big moves are always made.
Well, sure, but back to Nick. I think it's healthy to criticize Trump and foreign influences, but I think it's a portion of what we do. We can't just only know about that. Does that make sense?
Come on.
Yeah. He offers his criticism. I watch his show often. Fuentes, a great show. He has great commentary. And he only does critique. He doesn't offer any solutions. It's like, okay, smart guy.
President I voted for.
Trump is literally like Neo from the Matrix, dodging bullets.
First.
He's like taking on everybody pretty much single-handedly. So many people are sniping him.
Let me do it. Trump is definitely overturning the globalists, and 95% of what he's doing is pro-human. And it's absolutely real. It's beautiful. Thanks.
I'm an Alex Jones supporter.
And I meant to get into Nick and this so-called Republican Civil War. This is a very healthy thing happening. We just don't need to panic like they're doing and actually get into it. Just
I'm allowed to criticize Israel.
And Nick is a big part of it. Nick's very smart. Okay, and he's very funny. He's getting better. I'd seen Nick like 5-6 years ago. I was like, it's edgelording, whatever. Yeah, I knew him like 9 years ago. I'm like, he's very funny, very charismatic, getting better and better. And people, oh God, anti-Semitic. You say white people are inherently evil, folks, and Catholics are the devil. What do you think people are going to do? And he's even moderating now because with great power comes great responsibility.
Lady Ann
I'm overall think Nick is doing a good job.
That means
he's moving in the right direction. He's listening to me.
Supremacist.
And I'm gonna say he does what I say, but I mean he listens to me.
Extraordinary.
And so, but I can smell victory. Like I've been behind the scenes with Joe Rogan. Not want to get a long story, but so I'm kind of like people see my public work, But I got to tell you, I didn't see this in the
Take
past.
my
I'm on a power
sarcasm
trip.
and put it
But I'm
in a
kind of
box.
archetypally
I actually
like
myself.
in the story of King Arthur.
I fucking hate Israel.
You've got the wizard.
I fucking hate Israel.
Who's behind the scenes.
I don't think people should be hurt. I don't think nations should be invaded.
Doing all this stuff. And
I'm
I
not
don't say it in a
advocating
power trip. I
for
realize
anything
like I'm an
bad.
archetypal Merlin now.
But I see a
Like,
problem
because
in
a
the
lot
world,
of stuff you don't know about, I'll talk
and
about on
when
air.
I
Like
do
anything I do behind the
wish
scenes
I
is
could
even way
pause
more
this.
powerful than on air. It's just a few
But I
phone calls,
can't
a few things.
because
It's
I'm
just like
screaming
it's
someone
friend after
else's
friend.
life.
That's God working through me though. But I'm pulling a major Merlin
95%
Uther Pendragon
of
operation
problems
here, and
in this
I'm looking
world
for
are
the
caused by
not
fucking
one
Israel and
King
Jews.
Arthurs, but a whole bunch of
Maybe
King Arthurs
Lance
to lead us
says
out of
that.
this.
And I say that
All right,
with
Vance in Florida, you're on the
without
air. Thanks for
apology.
holding.
You know why? Because
Hey,
I'm right.
Alex.
Welcome.
How you doing today?
I'm fighting as hard as I can.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
you're
trying to
fighting
do
as hard as you
too.
can for
So I got a
Israel,
couple
motherfucker.
questions for you. First of all, I read an article that Kanye West visited with a New York rabbi and blames his bipolar disorder on his
Maybe I should put on my
anti-Semitism.
dark MAGA.
And then another one was, does Blair White have a penis?
Does Blair White?
Well, sounds like a prank call. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I love that.
People act like it's hypocritical that I've had Blair White on, who's a very nice person. Well, I had him like 10 years ago, and then since then many times, who is a boy that thought he was a girl, who doesn't want to target kids. I don't hate men that think they're women. I've always said that. I don't like the left using that to target kids.
Sweat,
So
Alex.
the people are trying to act like it's a paradoxical contradiction. No, I don't hate gay people. Just don't target kids.
Correct.
I don't hate people that think they're a woman. Just don't target kids. I like Blair White. Blair
I
White's a
agree.
very nice person.
Yeah, Alex. Hell yeah.
And you know, when I've been at comedy clubs to see Joe Rogan, when Blair White's there, Blair White goes to the men's bathroom. It's not my business, man. My thing is, I've been around. I've seen a few things. I don't hate anybody if they're not targeting children and you know and doing all this stuff. So I've come from this from a perspective. I mean, I was covering the whole trans thing before anybody else decades ago. And I predicted it all because I had the Tavistock Institute battle plan. We're going to break. Remember, I can't do this without you. The AlexShowStore.com has the widest selection of the very best supplements, ultramethylene blue, you name it. The big sale ends Sunday. 50% off on the top supplements. We sign up for auto ship, cancel anytime. 25% off on top of that. And if you have the app at the AlexJonesApp.com, AlexJonesApp.com, Droid or Apple, free, get 20% off using the shopping cart on there. It's the same shopping cart. Everything's a loss leader with that. And they're getting in the Christmas sweaters. They're limited.
Why won't it? Okay. 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 So, one of the most interesting things that I've ever experienced, and I know they change things from time to time, which is fine with me. And thank you, Lady Ann, for coming in, and some other people, but maybe I need to start using a more streamer friendly platform. And the reason that I might need to start using a more streamer friendly platform is because I need to be able to stop and start the content that I'm putting out so I can comment on it. That's the whole fucking point. The entire fucking point. And none of that existed just now. And I was on for like 40 minutes or maybe close to an hour, which is weird. So, whatever. I'm going to end this and maybe I'll try it again, see if I can do it better. JB Rants. Thank you guys.